Next up on our vehicle maintenance is tires. And a couple of things you want to do is you're going to check the tire pressure. And so to do that, we're going to use a tire test gauge. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but this is a common one that you can pick up at a store. This is the valve stem of the tire. It will have a cap on it that you've got to take off. So I just unscrew that cap and hang on to it, make sure you don't lose it. Simply put the tire tester on the valve stem and push. I like to pull this out and push back in. We're going to take a look. These tires have just at 30 pounds of pressure on them, and that's how you read the tire gauge. We look on the side of the tire wall here, and that 30 pounds of pressure is appropriate for this particular tire, and so we're going to leave it at that. If it was low, which tires will lose air just naturally, you may have a nail or something causing them to go down, but just over time, every month, a tire will lose a little bit of air pressure, especially in the winter months when it's cold. So we may need to air them up. You want to take this pressure when the tires are cold before it's been driven, because as you drive it, that air expands in there, heats up and expands, and so the pressure reading will be a little higher. So you always take your tire pressure before you've driven if possible. So if you have to add air, just simply, I've got an air compressor here, the hose, just like we did the tire tester, we're going to put that hose on and add air to it. Once you add a little bit of air, then you are going to check it again and make sure that you get in the appropriate pressure range for your tire. So that's how you check the air. The next thing you want to do is check your tread depth. And to do that, most tires new come with between 10 and 11/32 of tread depth. Now, if we think about it, the tread is not actually for traction in a passenger tire like this that's driven on the highway. If we think about race cars, those tires are completely slick. They want the most amount of rubber on the track for gripping. The grooves or the tread depth actually is for a safety feature that allows for the water to get away when we're driving on wet surfaces. That allows the water to get out from underneath this tire. When our tread gets too low, then that water doesn't have enough places to go, and the tire will actually scoot up on top of a film of water, and that's called hydroplaning, and is the cause of most wrecks during rainy times. So we'll just use simply a penny, and on there it has Lincoln's head. And so we want to put this penny down in the tread depth. And if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, then your tires are worn out. And you can see on this one, these are almost new tires. And so that tread depth, that penny goes clear down to Lincoln's ear. So we're in good shape. As they also wear out, another way you can check these tires down in here, if you run my finger across, right there is a wear bar. And when that tread gets down to that wear bar, it's time to replace. The other thing, we can do a quick check for wheel alignment. Once our wheels get out of line, they'll start to wear. And so I simply carefully run my hand over the tires like this. And if you can feel any cupping, any uneven wear on these inner or outer edges of the tires, that tells us that we're out of alignment and we need to get our car into a shop and get it aligned. The other thing we might notice is if the tread wear is more in the center or the outsides, that might be an indication of center wear would be overinflation, outside wear could be underinflation in our tires, and we need to correct all of those things. So that pretty well takes care of our tires and maintenance that we might want to do on our vehicle.